everybody, I'm Charlotte Seams and my last day in Maui with the Emerald Extravaganza, and I wanted to share a story and something I learned this week. I grew up in Kansas and that's landlocked, and so I think I was an adult before I ever actually saw the ocean and went to the beach. So I haven't been that many times in my life, and yesterday I went out to the beach in the morning by myself. Of course there were other people on the beach, but my husband didn't come, and I went out in the water, and I went out maybe top of my thighs deep or so, and when the waves would come in, they would knock you down. The waves are very strong here in the undertow, and a few days ago I actually got knocked off my feet and got completely wet and tumbled over by that. And so as I saw these waves coming in, they would break and start coming towards you, and I found myself kind of dreading them. And then I thought, okay, that's dumb to set up an association of dreading, waves. So I finally just decided to go up to shore and sit in the sand and put my feet in the water, kind of hang out there. And then later in the afternoon, I went back to the beach with my husband. We decided to spend a couple hours at the beach. And so I went out there with him, and he said, no, come out deeper. And he grew up on the Gulf Coast, so he went to the beach a lot. And so we went farther out, and we're talking like maybe top of my ribs deep. And I'm thinking, okay, these waves are going to come and break over me and I'm going to drown, or they're going to, my feet will come off or whatever. That's what I was thinking by going deeper. But what actually happened was the waves were gentler because they weren't breaking. And so you could actually jump or even just let the waves carry you. Your feet would come off the bottom, but then it would just kind of set you down. And it was really fun. My husband, he liked it because I laughed and laughed. It was like riding on a ride. And there were a few times where a really big wave would come and you would turn a different way and hold your breath or whatever, but I don't even think I ever went under doing that. And so after we went back up to shore, I was thinking about this, and we were talking about it while we were out in the water, because I was amazed that if you were shallower, the waves knocked you down and got you off course, and actually were kind of scary, and they kind of made me quit. I went back up and sat in the sand. But when I went out deeper and I was committed, and I was with him because he held my hand pretty much, then the waves were a lot easier to handle. I wasn't dreading them, and it was actually really fun. And that is like our Plexus business. When we are barely doing it, or we think we're going to try it out, and we don't go in very deep, we don't try very hard because we're afraid of failing, or we're afraid that we're not going to be good at it, or that we don't have time, or whatever our fears are, we're just barely in it. And we think, well, if it doesn't work out, I'll quit. Then when something does happen, when a wave comes in, when some kind of problem happens, it's really easy to quit. And we just go sit on the shore and maybe keep our toe in the water and get one or two customers, or, maybe even get to 2 or 3 ambassadors or something. But then we just never really commit. But when we go out deeper and we say, okay, I'm all in. I am going out here. I'm going to go deeper. I am going to make a decision that I am going to do this business no matter what. Then when waves come, and by waves I mean problems happen, maybe a customer quits, someone says the products don't work, or an ambassador turns off their auto qual, or you have some kind of people issue or relationship issue or something, then those things, even though they happen, and sure they may be something to deal with, but you kind of roll with it because you think, okay, I'm not quitting, I'm still doing this. It doesn't matter what happens, I'm moving forward. Actually, it's easier to roll with those problems because you're all in, and because you're going all the way no matter what, because you made a decision, and it actually makes it more fun. It actually makes the business more fun. You kind of go up and down and you ride that wave instead of letting it crash into you because you're shallow. And this analogy could also be a spiritual analogy, but I really wanted to talk to you about it with the Plexus business. But I was very struck by this idea because I lived it yesterday. The contrast between dreading seeing the wave come and, actually not having that much fun because it was kind of scary and it would knock me down, and contrasting that with the afternoon when I actually went deeper and laughed and laughed, and it was so much fun because it was like riding, and it just gently pushed you up and down, and it was so much fun. The water was so beautiful, and I thought about, when we go shallow, we miss out on some of the best parts of this business. We totally miss out on seeing other people succeed and a million other things. You miss out on Maui. You miss out on this amazing week here with all the jewels of Plexus. And so that story was something I wanted to share with you because it was such a lesson for me yesterday, even when I talked to my husband about it. And just hope that I can convey that to you, that go all in, make a decision, and go for it. And you're going to have a whole lot more fun. You're going to experience things you've never experienced, and you're going to reach your goals and be successful. So